Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to start on something completely new. Well, not really new, but sort of new. Because I have gotten into... I had a little break from Farming Simulator 19. You could say to some extent that I have rediscovered a lot of my old games. And I would like to get back into them once again. I think that I'm going to start Farming Simulator here as a video series on my YouTube channel. But I'm also going to start up some new games on my streaming channels, that is both YouTube and Twitch. I'm going to do some Euro Truck Simulator, some American Truck Simulator, and all that good stuff. And I would like to say right now, I haven't forgotten or been burned out or anything like that on Star Citizen, not at all. It's just that the recent updates that we got from CIG, which I would like to state right now is one of the best patches that we have gotten in the last year or so. Well, the former year, the 2020. But I will say that it does have that particular little problem. There are some bugs with it that are essential for what I'm going to play. It doesn't make it impossible to do, just a little bit harder. But I will explain all of that in a future video. Today we're going to start on a brand new farm on Stevie's Fenton Forest 4X. A new update, a new gameplay. I've just done a little bit of sort of preemptive work on this map. In order to get back into the feel for the game. So let's get into the map and I'll show you around. So today we're going to spend some time doing sort of the initial stuff that you need to do on such a farm. I have the only thing I've done it in advance here is that I have first I plowed all the fields in order to test out the new version of guidance steering mod and also the cosplay. Cosplay works, in my opinion, very good now. It seems that it can do all the stuff that I wanted to do, and if there are any problems, we're going to see it down the road. Yeah, so that's one thing. The other is that, well, as you can hopefully figure out, there are some stuff that we need to do. So I did some plowing. Well, actually, I used the what's it called? The subsoiler. So the one that both plows and what's it called? Yeah, you know what I mean. It plows and it also cultivates at the same time. So, but we're going to get into all that good stuff when we get into the game. So let's do it. Alright, we are here. Welcome to the new updated Stevie's map. Let me just show you a little bit around on this map because he has done some substantial changes. If you remember, when you started from this map here, from the house here, when you started in here, you actually had to move quite a bit of distance in order to get over to the farm. You don't have to do that. It felt almost like the farm and the rest of the house and the farm was sort of two separate places. We have gotten the chickens on a free farm right now. We have some water here. We have a food trough that we can give them, that we can feed them, and if I'm not mistaken, we can buy the chickens here. Yeah. So I haven't decided yet whether I want to do chickens yet. I suppose the eggs will be put on this little tile here. But let me show you some of the new stuff that Stevie has changed this whole section out. So I think this was two separate places. So here we have the windrow sails where we can sell bales. We have that particular, what's it called, silo is the same. Basically the same. We have some new sheds that we can put in our... that we can put in some of our stuff, as you can see here. Stevie started out by giving us some initial stuff, and I think the only one that I really kept the same is this Tetra Phoenix semi truck here. Other than that, I changed all the stuff around. I've decided that this is going to be a farm that is mainly focused on cows. So that is the basic thing that we're going to do. So I've bought this little tractor here. I've bought this wagon here. I've bought these two seeders here. Well, it's a seeder and a planter. And then I bought this this carrow here. So it's basically, it does the same work as one of our cultivators. I have bought this seems that it also has a disc carrow on it, but nevertheless I've bought this slurry spreader. As you can see, Stevie has finally gotten the milk homogenizer in. I don't know if he will upgrade eventually to so that we will get the same stuff that we got from what was it called, that old FS17 map that I love so much? I can't remember, but I played that map a lot. And one of the cool things about that, let me just show you sort of a flashback to that era. So if you go into the global company, Stevie has made a lot of stuff with that ties into global company. So we have a fertilizer maker by Stevie. We have the good old seed maker by Stevie. Then we have the alfalfa fermenting silo, again by Stevie. We have composting. We have diesel production. We have diesel storage. We have digesting. That's to make digestive. We have the fermenting silo. We have a grass dryer silo. I think I prefer the hay dryer, but nevertheless it does the same. We have the herbicide storage. We have homogenized milk. We have liquid fertilizer. We have TMR mixing. We have pig food mixing. We have organic fertilizer. And if you remember from the old map, and I'm danged I can't remember what name it had from FS17, you can see we have the potato steamer and we have the potato washer. So I can remember you had to, in order to make pig food, you had to wash the potatoes and then steam them, and then you had to put them back into the potato maker machine thing. And then we have the global company seed maker. It basically does the same. So that's a lot of the new stuff that Stevie has given us on this map here, and also other maps that I think you can use them on all maps because they're tied into global company. They're not tied into his map in itself. But one of the tractors, I bought two of these. I think I'm going to go mainly for a class farm again this time around. So I bought the 960 Axion, and we're going to use ProMod. No, not ProMods. Sorry, I just fumbled around a little bit with ProMods on on Euro Truck Simulator in order to sort of prepare myself for working with that. No, we're going to use Courseplay. So let me just show you. So we are going to open Courseplay, and obviously, let me just show you, just that you can see that I don't try to cheat myself out of this. The Courseplay worker wages are 50% of what they normally get. It was just for testing purposes. Whoop, I'm going to set it to 100% so that they get the same amount of money that they would normally do, the normal workers. So we're going to do some field work, and we're going to make course generation. So let me show you one of the changes that Stevie has made. He has made substantial changes. We now have 2 really, really huge pig and cow farms here. We are mainly going to use the cow farm. As you can see, I've already placed some stuff in there. This old area here, which was a field, it was a grass area, has now been converted into a field so you can use it. When we buy this area here, we get this field here in 1 and 2, and we get 43. We have a small what's it called, sheep area here that I will probably also do sheep, because in order to feed the cows we need grass or hay, and we can use the same for the sheep as well. So we're going to do some field work on field 2 here. Let me just see. Yes, current location. We're going to do some headlands around. We're going to do 2. No, let's do 4 passes, because it's a relatively narrow plow. We're going to do a turn and headland overlap. Let's just say 5% is okay. And we're not going to bypass any islands, and we're going to set it to working with. And let's generate it. No. Why? Oh, sorry. That's a field 2. There we go. So as you can see, we now have a field that's ready. So I'm going to take my little controller and see if I can place him correctly. Pretty sure it must be this direction here he should be placed. Alright. So let's get him to drive the course and see how he does it. Let's see what he does. I tested it out with the yep, there he goes. Wait a second. Stop, driver. Let's take first waypoint. Let's try that instead and see how he does, because seems like he's exactly missing a little area. So let's make him to drive again. I think he could have done that a little bit more elegantly, but now he at least gets all of it plowed. So yeah, that is cosplay in action, and we're just going to let him do his thing. And then meanwhile, I will at some point when he is almost finished, we'll begin to take the other tractor, and then we're going to what was I thinking? Let me see if he turns. He does it the right way. Let me just see, because yeah. That is exactly what I would expect him to do. Perfect. We're going to take the slurry spreader and spread some slurry on the field here, and meanwhile we're going to make him work on the other field. So I've decided for this series here that I'm going to use all the help that we can get. So as you can see here, I've bought a what's it called, a forage harvester instead of a normal harvester. I think we might have to rent a normal harvester in order to get some straw. And then we have another one of these 960 Axions, so they are completely the same. Over here we have a normal tipper. Well, it's a big tipper. And we have a class pickup wagon. I don't think I've placed anything there, so let's see. Over here we have the normal shed where you can change stuff. We have the washing machine. We have a trailer, or what is it called, a tipper, filled with manure that we are going to use on these three. Let me just. I seem to have forgotten the names of most stuff here, so let's just see. Misk, perhaps in Misk. Can't remember where they are. Yeah, a greenhouse. That was the name I was looking for. So we have 3 greenhouses here. They will give us a little bit of money, but in order to give us enough money, we need to fill them up with manure as well. And here, it's the only place I have sowed anything. Again, just to get back into to how things are here. So here we have grass. So we're going to get some grass that we're going to put into this. Well, it looks like it's it basically is a hay barn, but it is also a hay dryer. So we put in wet grass. As you can see, I've bought some wood chips to put into it. Here we have the storage for manure and slurry. So we can put that in here. We can get it out here. Here we have a trailer that I bought. I bought 2 of these, one for milk and one for, well, basically one for milk and one for, well, one for milk and for homogenized milk. And this is for water to, just to give these 3 greenhouses here some water. And now that I come to think of it, one thing that I do need to buy, not very big, but I think we're going to do it anyway, is a dolly. Let me see, wide tires. Yeah, let's just do wide tires. And I'm going to cheat like hell. So, going to go into the shop and reset it back to the farm. So let me just show you. Here we have a huge pig farm, and that is something completely new that he has remade. So the pig farm has actually more begun to look like one of the cow farms instead. I don't know how many pigs you can keep in here, but we are not going to use it that much. Here we have, on the other hand, what we're going to use very, very much, and that is the cow farm, the cow pen, the cow area, whatever we want to call it. We're going to use that much because we're going to have a lot of cows. Let me just see if I got a water system in place here. I should have. Yeah, over here. So this is one of the cool things that you can get also with maybe I can't do anything with it, I think, because we don't have any cows in here yet. But these are the 2 big cow and pig farms that Stevie has made instead of the smaller ones. This is the water area that we have now, so we actually have a little bit of we can actually drive our truck down here to pick up the water. That's pretty cool made. Before, you just drove down into the lake and got the let me see, where is he? Ah, he's over there. Alright, you just drove down into the lake or the pond and then picked up the water. So let's get back to. I just want to show you the last thing that we have here, which is the. There is the dolly. Oh yeah, I've bought these two. These are storage jets for wet and dry stuff. So this is for liquid fertilizer and solid fertilizer. Instead of just having all of these things standing around, you can use them to storage. You can store them here. Let me just show you the sheep farm, the sheep area, before I just show you briefly how they work. Because yeah, let's take the sheep area first. So this is the sheep area. As always, I hope, with the animal pens that we have here and seasons, the sheep are able to eat the grass in here. I hope that they still are able to do that. Otherwise, we're going to see pretty quickly if that is not the case. And then I have to do some editing in one of the in some of the files here in his map. One new thing that he has put into the map that wasn't here before is this turning bridge here. I don't think I've really figured out how to use it yet, but it's pretty fast. You just get over here and press. And it's here. I think that you might have to have some vehicle or something on top of it before you before you get the stoppers to, I'm not sure what they're called, to raise themselves, because as you can see they didn't do it while I was there. But yeah, I haven't tested out many of the things on this map yet, so I think this is something that we're going to do together. Well, I'm going to do it, you're going to watch me do it, because I'm not streaming this. And that's also one of the things that I haven't really decided yet, whether I should begin to stream this map here, or I should make it as a series. The final thing we have here that I bought is a... Oh, this is a Wind Rover, small one, and a small mower, grass mower. Because, well, I could get the big one, the big industrial one, but I'm pretty sure that all the grass that we're going to work on is going to come from this. The main part of the food that we're going to give the animals is going to come from the two fields. And I'm going to try out some of the new crops that we have. So as you can see, we have wheat, barley, oat, cotton. All of that is the same as always. Potatoes, sugar beets, oilseed, blah blah blah, all that. But we also have alfalfa and we have sorghum, or sorghum. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I think we're going to try with alfalfa, because this is one of the things that you can get from the you can cut down, harvest, I think it's a better word, harvest with the forage harvester. And as always, Stevie gives us a we don't have the leaderboard yet, or maybe we won't get it at all, where you can see all the different stuff you have and how much you have of it. Again, one of the things that we had on his old map from FS17. But we do have something else. Let me see if I can... remember the key. Ah! There. So we have this this new thing with the global company. So as you can see right now, I don't have any dynamic storages. I'm not sure what that exactly is. Seems to be some problems with some of the field types. Going to see if that is going to be a more extensive problem. Then I have to do some correction. But we have a fermenting silo, we have a hay dryer, we have home organized milks, and we have the mixing silo. So let me just show you that I placed it here. So in order to feed the cows, I want to make it very relatively simple for myself. So all the chaff we get from the forage harvester, we're going to put that into the fermenting silo here in order to get silage. And when we have the silage and we have the straw, we have the hay, we're going to put that into this one here, grass, silage and straw, in order to get some food for our cows. Now, as always, there is this, let me just see if I can get it up here. Let's see, animals, cow pen. The horse pen has been placed at a completely different place by Stevie. So I actually had to look around in order to find it, but he has placed it all the way up here. So in order to use the horse pen, the horse paddock as it's called, you actually have to buy this area here. Let's just see how much it costs. 433,000. So that's something, right? So we have this area here, that's 475. So you actually get the horse paddock and you get a little field with it as well. But that's in the completely opposite area of the map. And I think the reason why Stevie has done that is with seasons, for instance. You don't buy the horses and then recondition them and then you sell them. You store horses, if you will. You keep them for other people and then you condition them so that they become happy and then they pay you. That's how that works. Whereas, for instance, with the other farm animals, it works basically the same way it always have done. You can buy piggies and you can feed them up and then you can sell them again. You can do the same with cows. You can either buy cows and then feed them up and get milk from them, or you can feed them up and sell them as meat animals. And the same with the sheep and the hens. So it's the same way that works. So today we're not going to, in this first episode, we're not going to get that much farming done. I think we're going to start by giving these greenhouses some manure. So let's do that. And I'm also going to move the dolly in place over at the water wagon. For that we can use our little tractor here. I bought that tractor mainly to do exactly that. I'm not sure whether these shelves also can store lime. I don't think you can, but let's see that. Let's start the tractor. Let's start by moving the dolly here. Alright, so let's see if I can get it parked in sort of a reasonable way. There we go. Let's go and fill it up. Then we can also see how the tractor here will actually fare with this big wagon. It's 120,000 liters, so it's pretty hefty. And in that context, I can show you something that I find to be really strange. And that is something that not CIG. That is something that Giants has done. It's not part of a Stevie mod or anything like that. You drive it down here, press R, then you can get it filled up. There it is. Let's see if we can pull it up. It sure could. There's the other milk wagon. Let's just fill him up with water now that we are here. Yep. Yep. Wrong button. See if I have any button attached to that. No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, there it was. Yes, I did. Alright, so let's park this up. We're going to release the dolly and not release the wagon in itself. So let's pick up the little manure wagon here. Let me see if I can remember. Is it... Oh no. Oh no. Let me see. I need to have the help. Let's see. You. So we want it on this side here. I want to remove the cover. There we go. See how much we need to put in. A full trailer, so we need to pick up some more manure. And we get that from here. One of the nice things about working working on or playing on Stevie's maps is that he thinks about everything. I know that some of the things that he put into the maps are a bit unrealistic, but they certainly make it more fun. There we go. I think I'm going to put the last piece of on this trailer here. Which we do right here. The last... No. No. There we go. Customize, and I want to give it all the way up to 12,000. And yeah, let's just put the cover on. Yeah, I want to purchase that. It's not a problem. Now we're going to reattach it. And let's fill it up with manure once again. All right. Here we go. I think that he has changed it. In my recollection, they didn't take as much manure on the last map, so maybe he has upped it a little bit. I'm interested in seeing how much money we actually get from these greenhouses here. They should provide a nice penny. All right, so let's get some more. One of the things that I think is what I like most about these maps that Stevie made, and that's also the same with the FS17 map, is that you can buy all of the stuff at the farm. You don't have to fly around all over the map in order to buy, and I don't even think you can buy manure. You can probably buy manure pallets, but really, who want to do that, right? Let's fill it up and stop. And I don't think I don't know if I said it, but hopefully you can see. Obviously, I'm also playing with seasons on. I would never play these maps here without seasons. Alright, so let's see if we can try something else. Let's take... Alright, let me just check something. Let me see if this map here needs to be limed. Let me just do it. I'm going to lime it. I can do that without interfering with his. Let's open Aldes? No, that was... Oh, there we go. And then... Yeah, no. There we go. So, auto width, no offset to my show lines is on. I want to have this one set I think it's 90 degrees. Set the cardinal. Let's see. Oh, there was a little offset. Let's adjust it. Let's see. Don't want any offset. I think 12 meters is the correct distance. Let's just... No. Wrong button. There, let's check the garage. Where is it? There? 12 meters, yes. Let me see if I can remember which one I pressed to get it starting. No. Thought I had that mapped. Apparently I didn't. Alright, well... Nope, that was not what I wanted. 90, set cardinal. That was. Let's see where he is. Oh, he's over there. So, let's get some lime spread. While he's working on plowing the fields, I'm going to spread some lime on this field, because these fields we are going to change around the content on, and I think we might have to make 2 fields with wheat and then rent a normal harvester, because I don't think you get straw from... No, you don't, because when you make chaff out of, even if you do it out of wheat, you'll use all the parts to as chaff. So I think I need to set a button for getting these vehicles going. Well, maybe it's okay I use the key. It's not a big problem when using guidance steering as well. So yeah, we're going to lime with this little tractor here. It seems to do pretty well. That's good. Small working tractor. And then we're going to use that for basically all the minor tasks that we have here on the farm. And some of the bigger tasks, we're going to use the big tractors for that. For example, the slurry spreader. I'm pretty sure that in order to use that, we need a bigger tractor. And off. And start spreading lime. So I think I'm going to continue to spread the lime here, and then I'll get back to you once I'm finished. Alright, as you can see right now, as you can see, I think I'm on the final leg, or almost the final leg. So we're steadily getting there. I think I'm also going to do the other field. And now you can see this is pretty hilarious. He has white wheels because of the lime that we put out, but he's making sort of this little streak in the field because he's plowing the rest up. It's not going to be a problem for our work. We can do just as we've done always. But it just looks a bit strange that we have this little patch of nothing. No whites, but yeah. So I don't know if you want it, but nevertheless, I'm trying to sort of briefly explain why I've sort of found my way back to these old games here. Older. They're not old in that sense, but they are older in sort of the sense of what I'm usually I've been playing for a lot last couple of months. One of the reasons that I've sort of tried to find my way back into these games here is that I think that they're fun, and also they have one advantage, if you will, one feature with these games that I don't think that some of the other games that I have they have, and that is there is a sense of rate of progression in them. Alright, we've done this field. I'll just let him do his job, plow the fields. I'm going to lime the other field now. Yeah, one of the advantages of making online games, I mean YouTube games, YouTube videos, about games like Farming Simulator 19, and Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator, is that these games have sort of a built-in rate of progression. I can show you that I'm getting somewhere in these games, and you can see that we are getting somewhere in these games. There's a very visual rate of progression that I don't think is present in a game like Star Citizen, for instance. At least the rate of progression is very repetitive, and it's very, very slow. I must admit that the rate of progression in a game like this is also very, very slow, but it's not as repetitive as, for instance, something like Star Citizen can be. It's not necessarily that it is repetitive, but it can be it. There we go, let me just align them. And also I found that one of the things that I really don't want to experience, one of the things that worries me a little bit about going online, I mean streaming here with Star Citizen, is that I really want to try to avoid getting into these situations where I have stream snipers, basically. That's what I want to sort of avoid. I want to avoid getting stream sniped, because I know, and that just honestly admitting from my side, is that I tend to get very mad when someone destroys my ship when I'm doing something where I don't expect to fight. So for instance, when I'm mining, I'm not there to fight, I'm there to mine. So that is why I get sort of very frustrated. And I know that can very well happen without me streaming, because Star Citizen is an online game and I can obviously meet other online gamers. Obviously. But adding streaming to that game will definitely make it more plausible, or at least it will make it more easy for other people to try to stream snipe me, if you will. I know that I'm not a big streamer. I have usually very few viewers. I'm very happy with the few viewers that I have, but that's just sort of an admittance from my side, is that I'm not a big streamer, so the probability that someone would take the time to stream snipe someone like me is probably not that big. But still, I want to try to avoid it as much as I can, and also I want to try to sort of get out of a habit that I have had for some time now, where I tend to play the same few games over and over again. Basically, it has been Star Citizen for a very, very long time. And I will still play Star Citizen much in the future, definitely. But I want to sort of, I don't know how to put it, expand my horizon, if you will. I know that it's not really an expansion of my horizon, because I have had these games that I'm showing now for a very long time, and I've played them very much, so it's not really an expansion of my horizon in that sense. But just, I realized that I think that I would like to, first of all, well, I've thought very much in the last couple of days about getting back into streaming. And getting back into streaming, I sort of also asked myself, if I were to stream, if I were to watch someone stream, what would I like to see? Well, obviously, I like to see someone like Cobra playing Star Citizen, because I do that very much. One of the reasons that I like to see Cobra play Star Citizen is that he plays it with a lot of, with the Cobra Force, a lot of his friends, for which I count myself at least as one of them, even though it is a bit hard to get online with him with the time difference that we have, but nonetheless, that's sort of besides the point. But I also ask myself, would I like to see one take a flight from, I don't know, Copenhagen to Sydney or something like that? And my answer was no, actually, not really. But I would definitely like to see someone fly around in Flight Simulator if there was some kind of some kind of rate of progression in that sense. And here we have, for once, in Flight Simulator, I have PAX, the passenger and crew experience, that gives sort of a rate of progression. It gives at least a sense of purpose of taking that flight from Copenhagen to London or whatever it might be. And I also try to record my flight all the way from Copenhagen to New York International. At the airport in New York International, I think it was Newark. But unfortunately, there was a problem with the recording, and also my landing was horrific because, well, I had a lot of lag in the simulator, and also the plane that I chose to fly, the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, it didn't actually behave the way I would like it to behave. So to sort of put it out straight, what it did was that when I extended full flaps and wanted to land, every time I tried to sort of pull the nose up, it instead dived down completely insanely. So it didn't really. I think it was I think it was a good idea that it wasn't a recording that I put out on my channel, because it was horrific. But yeah, something like passenger and crew experience, and also the new addition that I've put into streaming, and that I'm going to stream it quite a bit, is the one that you have seen if you have followed me. You have seen it already, and that is the on-air company experience, the on-air company manager, and also to some extent FS Economy. I haven't done anything online, streaming or otherwise, with FS Economy yet, other than been showing a little bit about what it is. But yeah. And I also thought that I really enjoyed I think that what I would like to stream, I would like to stream some games where I, to some extent, can invite you in. And I don't think, I don't want to set up any server for Farming Simulator 19, no matter how much fun that might be. So, sorry about that. But what I do want to do is that I want to play some games where I can invite you in some extent without it really hurting me in any way. So for instance, something like Truck Simulator, I can invite you in there. And also something like Microsoft Flight Simulator, I can also invite you in there and sort of say, well, if you want to fly around with me, if you want to hang out, come into to this server here, and we can do that. And I will in my, I think I'm going to, I'm recording this at, it's 3:45 right now, where I live. I think when I'm finished recording this, I will set up a stream for what's it called? Oh, Euro Truck Simulator, and I'm going to start a brand new game there. I have to set up the controls and all that, but then we will. Yeah, I'll do something there, and so that is going to be one of the new things that we can sort of do together. And I can tell you, it's going to be with all the bells and whistles. So it's both going to be with promods and also with the online what's it called? It's called I forgot. Truckers MP or MP Trucker. Can't really remember which connection it is. I'm going to do that with both games. So also in that context, I can say, well, if you want to come hang out with me on Truckers MP, then you can do that. I can invite you in, and we can have some fun together. I can also do that to some extent with Star Citizen, but I think that Star Citizen is I think that people find Star Citizen to be a little bit more cumbersome to get started with than, for instance, Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator or FS19 for that matter. But yeah, this is some of the thoughts that I have been sort of contemplating over here in the last couple of days, actually since my last stream. So, but obviously I would like to get some input from you guys because, well, don't be mistaken. The reason why I'm doing this, the reason why I'm playing online, the reason why I'm making videos, putting out videos and all that, the only reason I do that is because I enjoy doing it. That's the sole reason. So by saying that I would like to get your input doesn't mean that I necessarily will do what you ask me to do. But doing this kind of thing, in my opinion, it's sort of a two-way street. I don't necessarily think that I owe you, you guys, anything, the viewers that I have, other than doing what I like to do. But I do honestly think that it could be interesting to get a different point of view, a different perspective on what you think, and that's why I'm asking. So if you have some good inputs, if you have some good ideas, then obviously I would like to listen to them. Also a game that you can expect me to begin to stream at some point. I don't think it's going to be in this week, I'm not sure, but I will make some content with it. It's going to be Surviving Mars. It's a game that I've played quite a bit actually. Not enough to be sort of really good at it, but I think it's an interesting game. It's sort of like sense, in a sense, SimCity on Mars instead, and I like the idea of sort of pioneering in a new city. And also, I have to, I mean, I have to get terraforming going in that game. So, yeah, that is something you can also expect to see from me in the near future. And also, I'm going to do start a survival series on in the Long Dark. So yeah, you can expect a lot of different and new content from me in this year, other than Star Citizen. I will do a lot of stuff on Star Citizen, but I must admit, I honestly think that I'm going to do it more with recording than I'm going to do it with streaming. I might stream Star Citizen from time to time when I'm not doing anything that I think is sort of very valuable to me. Something like doing some bounty hunter missions or something like that. Then I might be streaming, and if I want to sort of show off once or twice how I do my mining and how I think about the new refinery system and all that, obviously I will also stream that. No doubt about that. I'm not, like I said, I've said it in a couple of videos, and I can certainly reiterate it now. I am definitely not done with Star Citizen. Not at all. I honestly love that game. I think it's one of the best games that I have in my repository. And I will definitely continue playing it, and I will tell you what I think of it and make content of it and all those things. But I do honestly think that I will make the content in a little bit different way. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is almost nighttime here. I'm still liming, but I think that you guys should go home and go to bed, and then I will continue this work here, and I will see you in the next video. So, just like always, please remember, please do like and subscribe. It really helps my channel, and I think I'm going to be more honest with you from now on. I've said for a very long time that I have no intentions of making my content here in any way pay-per-view, and I'm definitely not going to do that henceforth, not at all. But I might want to set up some kind of Patreon support if you will give me that, if you would want to do that. But at least I would like to try to see if I can monetize some of my videos. And the reason for that is that I've told you in a couple of times about my family, my home situation. I'm not going to make another video where I go a lot into that because, well, it's my private life, and I don't want to sort of make it... I don't mind telling about my private life, not at all, but I don't want to sort of burden you with it. But I will say that we have a family situation right now at home here, where I'm home dad. I'm taking care of the children, getting them to daycare and getting them to school and all that. Especially here in all of this COVID business here, it's been a bit of a challenge. But that's my function in our family, and so my wife is the one earning the money. She's the one who provides for us. But I know that she would be very appreciative if I could come at some point and say, look honey, I know that you find it very annoying that I sit a lot in front of the computer and make videos and make content and all that. Content that she, in the long run, she doesn't really understand why I do it. Other than she knows that I enjoy doing it. But if I could show her that there were more to this streaming and video business on YouTube, other than me goofing around, that I can actually show her, look honey, I know that it's only a couple of bucks, but a couple of dollars, but here, as you can see, I'm actually making a little bit of money on this YouTube thing that I'm doing. She would definitely be very much appreciative of that. And it doesn't cost you anything. It only, well, it might cost you a little bit of a little bit of pride subscribing to someone like me. But other than that, it doesn't cost you anything. The only thing it costs you is that you like my videos if you like them, and that you subscribe to my channel if you already ain't subscribed. That's all. That's all I really ask of. I won't give you my Patreon support page or anything like that, because I honestly haven't made it yet. I'm just on Patreon because I am supporting other guys that I like. But if it's something that you would want to do, if you think that I am making content of such a quality and interest for you guys that you would like to support me on Patreon, I would make that an option. Again, not because I think that I am in desperate need of the money. We are not needing money in our family. Don't see it like that. The only reason I would like to earn a little bit of money doing this is because I spend a lot of my time on it, spare time, that I'm not using with my wife or my kids. I try to plan it so that I only do it when the kids are otherwise occupied, that meaning that they are in school or elsewhere. But sometimes I also do it when my wife is home and when they are home. I try to do it when they are home. I try to do it when they are asleep. But yeah, just like I said, I don't think that my family and we really need the money. So don't feel it's not. I'm not asking in that context. I'm only asking in the context that I would like you guys to help me justify a little bit better for my wife that I'm actually spending quite a bit of time on doing this. And I know for a fact that if I could show her just a tiny bit of money, doesn't need to be much, just that I can show her that some money is coming out from all of the time that I spend on this, she would understand it a little bit better. Even though that's not the point, but nevertheless that's the point for her. So yes, if you can, if you will, please help me in that context. Like my videos because the YouTube algorithm and all that jazz, and subscribe to my channel because when I have enough viewers, I need to have 1,000 subscribers. I think I'll try to make something special when and if I reach 500, and definitely something special when I hit the 1,000. So please help me with that. I think I'll sign off for now, but that's enough ranting from my part. I'll finish liming and then we'll be ready to and set my guy here to plow the other field as well, and then we'll be ready for the next video to figure out what we want to plant and where we want to plant it and all that. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourself and have fun and all that. Bye bye.